Hey guys, what is up? It is Bib07 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this one, I wanted to talk about some things that were posted on the Reddit from the RuneScape stream that they did. I think it was either yesterday or on Monday. I'm not 100% sure what day it was on, but I definitely want to talk about some of these things because they are pretty interesting, especially one thing in particular. If I could find it, I think it's this link right here. No, it is not. 1 second while I find this. Okay, it took me forever to find this for some reason, but yeah, anyways, I wanted to talk about it. The stream was yesterday, as far as I can tell, but there were a few things they mentioned that, as far as I know, are coming this month, and I think they're pretty significant. I'm probably just going to be doing quests in this video. I probably will get sidetracked and end up like not doing them, or not being very quick, but I only have a few quests left for Questscape, so I'm just doing these like in between like Telos auras and stuff, so it's going pretty well so far. I'm nearly done with it, and most of these quests are pretty easy. I think I'm gonna get the Questscape with Monk's Friend because I think that would be hilarious, because it's like one of the easiest quests in the game, and I think it would definitely be one of the best quests by far to get my Questscape with. But yeah, I'm gonna try and do Empire Need probably during this video. But anyways, before I get into that, I do want to talk about my Telos progress so far. I don't even know if I have shown this yet, but if I haven't, then I did get my second orb for this orb set, Orb of Volcanic Anima. I don't remember if I showed it or not in a video, but yeah, it is pretty good. I will pull up my notepad here. I got the Orb of Volcanic Anima on the very next streak after my Pure Orb at 555 KC and a 389% enrage kill. So, and also a 34 streak. So pretty good. My highest enrage and streak. Well, not my highest enrage, I've done the kill, but the highest enrage I've streaked to. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. And now I'm only one orb off of the set and making some good money. Again, I might have showed that before, but I'm not sure, so I just figured I'd show it. And I am currently on an even bigger streak right now, 36 kill streak, and I'm currently at 412 in rage, which I'm going to go and continue after this video. You might notice my cash stack is different than it used to be. I did take out my green party hat offer, and I decided to buy a Praesol Codex and unlock the Affliction Curse. So I spent, it was like 695 mil on the Praesol Codex, and I used it to get the tier 99 Prayer for Magic Affliction. This is going to help me out at Telos, and I figured I could use like a nice little boost. I'm not sure how good it's going to be, but the animation is fucking sick. I love that, and yeah, I just figured I would do it. I don't know. I sort of on impulse, sort of something I've been thinking about buying. It's kind of been a toss-up between, did I want to buy the Staff of Sliskay or did I want to buy the prayer. But once I get this orb set, I'm probably going to buy a dormant staff and just make the staff and keep it. That's what I'm thinking about doing. And then I'll be left with about 600 mil cash plus my loot tab plus staff, the new prayer, and I can just continue doing Telos for more drops with that amazing new setup. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to and what I'm planning on doing. And hopefully I will have this next orb today. I would love to get it in the next few kills, because it is a little bit tough getting these kills now. It's not tough, but it's like it's starting to become like a pretty hard slog. But anyways, enough about that. Let's get into the things I wanted to talk about. And there's always like a live stream after they do the month ahead video, and it always has a bunch of stuff that wasn't in the month ahead stream for some reason, or the month ahead video for some reason, and I don't understand that, especially this month, because of how little was actually in the month ahead video. You figured they would have put more of this stuff in it that actually sounds pretty good, but whatever, I guess whoever makes those month ahead videos is not the brightest bulb in the Jagex box, you know what I'm saying. But anyways, they are going to be making a small change to luck items such as Luck of the Dwarves, Hazelmere's Signet Ring, etc. And they're basically going to show the way that they give you more loot, pretty much. It's going to show you, like, it always says, your luck of the dwarves shines brightly. And you're like, what the hell does that mean? Like, it doesn't really tell you what it means in any way. It doesn't, it just, you know, sometimes you can tell, like, oh, I got this Ring of Wealth drop or something like that. But, you know, it's pretty vague. It's pretty, you know, ambiguous as to what it actually does. So I definitely think it's good that they are doing this. And, yeah, they're going to be adding it. So it's basically going to say, your luck of the dwarves shines more brightly and you receive X as your drop, or your Hazelmere's signet ring smiles upon you and doubles your drop of X. So that's going to be nice to be a little more clear about what is actually getting doubled, and it is going to work at racks as well, which I don't know why they specifically listed that, but yeah. So one thing I actually learned from reading this post that I did not know, and you might also not know, I don't know, but you might not know this either, but you have to be wearing the luck ring for the Araxor loot to even get affected. Sorry, I didn't say when. You have to be wearing the luck ring when Araxi dies in order to be able to get the effect of it. You can't just put it on when you're searching the corpse. I didn't know that until I read this, so that's definitely something you guys might need to know. And I'm not going to be able to focus on doing this quest while I'm talking about this, so I might just be standing around here. My apologies, but anyways, this is probably not going to be a super long video anyways, but yeah, that is pretty cool. They're going to be doing that, making it a little more clear, and it's good to know that when I'm at racks, I definitely should be putting my Luck of the Dwarves on before I end up killing it. That is definitely important. They're also, I think, coming out with the permanent gold accumulator today, or not today, sorry, this month, which is going to be cool. Apparently, they've just been waiting on a new inventory model for it, and it was taking too long, so they just recolored the old one. Like, how long can an inventory model really freaking take? Like, they're taking forever with certain things like that. Then there's combat pets. Like, just come on. Like, how hard is it really? And apparently, it's going to be releasing a little sooner. I don't know what that means, but maybe this month we're going to be having that, which will be nice. It's going to cost a lot of dungeon tokens, so yeah, but still, it'll be cool to have. They're releasing KK, ROTS, and Racks drop rates on Friday. Definitely will make a video about that. Looking forward to it. Full uniques and how they work. And they're also going to talk about how Rax's drop table works differently for solo and duo. I didn't even know it did work differently for solo and duo, so that's going to be definitely important to take a look at. And they're also going to talk about what the actual odds are based on the style you're using, or the style that Rax is using, compared to, like, you know, what drop you get, the Fang, Eye, or Web. And then next Friday, they say, is going to be Legiones, most likely Nex, and Godward's Dungeon 2. So that sounds pretty good. Looking forward to all of these drop rates, although pretty sure Legiones are already known as like 1 in 50. They're also going to be releasing skilling pet drop rates eventually, but there's no ETA. It is more complicated than PVM drops because obviously there's multiple ways of training, different levels of the skill, and all these things come into effect in terms of your drop rate, I believe. So that is definitely going to be hard for them to explain, but I don't really care about the skilling pet drop rates all that much, but it'll be nice to even have more data. They also said combat pets will be released later this year. So I don't know. I really don't understand how they're taking so long to release these combat pets. But, whatever. I don't really care about them too much, especially now that I already went ahead and got my max but without waiting for them. So no ETA, but they are coming later this year. So I guess whatever. The Evil Dave quest is in the implementing feedback phase. I really don't care about the Evil Dave quest that much. Something about Holly Wreath improvements. Don't even know what that is, so don't really care. And this is the big one that's probably going to be the title of this video. Surge will now be castable off of the global cooldown, but it will not generate adrenaline if you cast it off the global cooldown. And this is a pretty big change, and not only because of Surge, but it's also an implication for the future. So I'm definitely interested to see how this ends up. Now, I actually have Bladed Dive. I don't know if I talked about that, but I did go and unlock it. I don't even know how it works. I've never used it. Okay, there you go. Wow, that looked weird. But Bladed Dive is an ability that came out with Shattered Worlds, as I'm sure most of you know, and the thing that was unique about it when it came out was it can be cast off of your global cooldown. So I don't really know if I'm supposed to be killing these things, so I don't really want to do anything weird, but I can probably find something around here. I don't really want to, I guess I can smack and air it and then do it. But say I smack and air it really quick here, and then I use an ability, and then I Bladed Dive. I can Bladed Dive, like my global cooldown was still going, and I could Bladed Dive away like right off the bat there. So it was pretty unique when it came out, and it's definitely an interesting take on abilities. So that's what it means. Like, that's what global cooldown is. I'm sure most of you know, or all of you really, but whenever you use an ability, all your other abilities go on a cooldown for, I think it's 3 game ticks, and then after that time is up, you can use another ability. Now Bladed Dive ignores this cooldown, and you can use it in the middle of other abilities just to, I'm pretty sure it just interrupts them. I think that's what happened when I used it. And they're going to be applying this to Surge as well, and this is really significant. It's going to take some getting used to at Telos for avoiding the Gillinor uppercut attack, and I really, really hope they make it so both Surge and Escape are castable off global cooldown, because if they only do it for Surge, that will be really annoying, because then it'll be sort of inconsistent on which one. Like, they're the same ability pretty much, you just go in different directions. So I really hope they do that. But you know, it's going to be easier technically to avoid the Gillinor, but also harder because you have to hit it on tick now, instead of, you know, before you had, like, however, it was like a 1.6, or like maybe it was just a 0.6 second window or so. I'm not sure 100%, but you had a certain window of time for that you could mess it up. Or like if you cast an ability at the right time while he was charging his Gillinor uppercut, you could queue up Surge, and then it would Surge right on tick. But if you do that with this update, you'll Surge right away while even though you're on global cooldown. So it's definitely going to be tough to get used to, but I feel like it's pretty cool that they're doing this, because I feel like it's something that could be done with more abilities for sure, especially because especially abilities that don't deal damage. Like, obviously Bladed Dive is a bit OP because it deals damage as well, so you can like combine it with other abilities and deal a bunch of damage, but it hasn't really been a huge issue as far as I know. But like, if you could just cast all your abilities without cooldown, then that would obviously be broken as hell, I assume. Well, I mean, maybe it wouldn't, because then you'd just be sitting there auto attacking for a while. But anyways, I'm not going to get into that. Like, abilities like, you know, Resonance, Cade, things like that, like if they took those off the global cooldown, that would be like, that would have some pretty big implications in a lot of PVM scenarios, especially things like Telos and like base tanking at certain bosses. So I'm really interested to see if they decide to move further with this. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Surge is just sort of going to be like the feeler, the first ability they're doing for it, and I'm interested to see how it turns out and where they go from here. So it's definitely a very, very big change if they go further with it in terms of, you know, your ability rotations in a lot of the high-level PVM scenarios where you're using things like Surge or defensives and stuff. So yeah, definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments. It's pretty crazy, especially if they add it to Escape as well. Like, you know, just as this is just a random example that just popped in my head. You're at racks, you forget to anticipate, you get pulled, and if you're quick enough, you don't even have to be that quick. You can just hit Escape and you're out of there, because you know, it doesn't even matter if you're queuing an ability, because you are off global. Even if you're on global cooldown, you can just escape out of there. And it's just situations like that where it makes a lot of sense for them to be going towards this. It's definitely really, really interesting, and I mean, it's kind of hard to say how it will work until it is actually in the game and you can test it out. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, also you can, you know, talk about the luck items and the gold accumulator and stuff as well. Other than that, they fleshed out a little bit more of the details on the Halloween event, the free-to-play update, and the Dimension of the Damned, but that's pretty much a lot of stuff we already knew, so I don't really feel like going into that as well in this video. Just wanted to mainly talk about that global cooldown thing, my Telos progress, as well as the few other things like the skilling pit rates and the permanent gold accumulator and the luck item changes. So yeah, let me know your thoughts about these things in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.